What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Oxygen Not Included Season 3 and the final episode of this series. So we have, after much disruption, activated the temporal shift, and there you can see the upgraded command pod that I asked about, and we finally have it. We had enough of the neutronium alloy to make 2 of these, technically, but we only need 1. So you can see there is 10 beds, using the ladder beds to really cram them in, with some seating at the top, pictures that look nice, a freezer with food, a toilet, and a gas pump to make sure the carbon dioxide doesn't build up. This and the people duplicates that will be going in it are selected based on how I've noticed and remembered them from the series. So your Maxes and your Bennies that have been the heroes, the 4 guys that went to the second asteroid and survived there for a very long time, all of those are indeed going to be attached, not attached, allowed in the rocket. I'm not going to sellotape them to the outside, don't worry. Plenty of RTGs in order to make sure we don't run out of power, that there are no mistakes. 2 fuel tanks and 1 liquid oxidizer of oxygen as well. Solar panel on the top, and that's it really with the hydrogen engine. So it can get over to the temporal tier as fast as possible. Now, I'm not liable to make this episode last longer than it needs to, so it will be likely shorter than the rest. But rest assured, I hope it encompasses everything you need to see. So it does look quite cool. There are a couple of items that we didn't get to try from the extended rocketry mod, like the nose cones that are also classed as command pods, and various other things that were included using that neutronium alloy, as well as some of the other end game items like the brackine and stuff for the critters. I am, of course, going to be using stuff like that in the future, as well as a different way of completing the game as well, right? There's a couple of other ways, 3 ways I believe it is in total. This is one of them, going through the temporal tier. Another one is to build the monument and have all of your guys very, very happy. And another one is through science discovery. So you can see I'm going to make everybody immediately take off their Atmo suits, so they do in fact use beds. They won't use beds while in their Atmo suits, and they can't take them off on their own. 2 missing, both stuck on the top of the ladders. So Dr. Harold there and Steve. Dr. Harold being the first doctor of the colony right back when we started in cycle 4, I think it was. So there they go, all in bed. Now they are chucking out a lot of carbon dioxide, which is why that machine is there with an automated setup. There it goes, and you can see it then gases out to the export family. So while we have the time, we can have a look over the actual colony that we created throughout this series. The last few critters being murdered now, which are the poke shells that we've been using for lime, but we no longer need it. Clearing out the map, we finally got there. It took a while. It was a bit of an annoyance. This map is ginormous, and for those of you that like that, I definitely suggest using the lab in the future. The right hand side here, I did manage to clear out most of that as well. There's some lingering bits, and the bits on the very far right hand side, that far right hand side is the neodymium stuff that you can't get through, so it is impenetrable. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be, if you're supposed to use this for something. We could actually use that as a rocket launching platform, launching from the bottom of the map, and then you've got infinite space. A couple of emergencies there where we had to crash land a rocket because I launched it without any water or oxygen at all, so they didn't die. Had to build a bunker over that plastic transport pipe because although it works great for getting them around the farms, it was destroyed every time there was a meteor, so that bunker stops that. And you can see I was set up here for rad bolts and the like with the interplanetary thing as well. This process doesn't work as well as I'd like. Anybody got any ideas about how you stop these gases from doing this in the pipes would be wonderful, so that you can actually keep it as a process. I can only assume that I'd have to make the room the pipes go through minus 250 degrees as well, which sounds ridiculous, but it could be the case. Let me know in the comments. I am going to rip it all out before it causes too much hassle, though I think, if I'm not mistaken, that hydrogen bursts out the pipe before I get a chance to deconstruct it. We're not building any more now. The 34 remaining duplicants on our original home colony can and will live here for the rest of their lives. If they do need to get any more water after they've used up the 1.4 million litres that we have collected, they can always go to the old water asteroid, or they could use Chilena, which is frozen. There's still plenty of water there. So either way, I think they should be sufficient to survive here forever. Maybe, who knows? Now, I did build the ladder over this. I never actually got around to using any of this. The heat, obviously, from there could have been used for many things, but we never really needed it. I could have just used it and probably 50 of those thermostatic generators and powered my base entirely off the lava. Similar to what people do or have done with geothermal, which is using the lava to create steam to move the steam turbines. It's the same process, using the lava and the heat of it to run the generators. For now, though, I think we are comfortable in the completion of what we've achieved. I am certainly, but do let me know what you think. Now, you saw there the other endings is to make everybody happy with a really high morale, 12 duplicants and build the monument, or the science one where you have to collect 10 of the artifacts from space, 10 of the artifacts from asteroids. Let me know what game ending you want to see next, and I will make sure to incorporate that in the next season, though the frozen one may have an additional one as well, so we'll have to wait and see on that. The rocket is on its way. It's got a lot of travelling to do. You're not going to have to wait for that, though. I'll hopefully try and speed that up for you with a bit of music. This is what happens to the asteroid that has the starter on it, and the asteroids like that will continue, from what I've seen, forever. As you can see, pretty much everything on the entire asteroid has been destroyed. As soon as you open the temporal tear and activate that machine, that happens with your people on the asteroid as well, which isn't great. For now, though, what I'm going to do is allow you to fly over to the end game of the open temporal tear. I'll put a bit of music on. Of course, I'll also put up a time of what to skip to should you not want to watch it. Welcome back, and here we go. You can see a little progress bar there, and into the temporal shift we go. Temporal shift, temporal tear. Upon selecting the rocket, we can enter the temporal tier. So it seems we're going in. The Great Escape is the achievement that we've achieved. Achievement that we've achieved. Imagine saying that twice fast. And that is how we're ending the game. Going through now all of our settlements, though this one looks like an actual settlement. The rest of them look like desperations, but, well, that one don't look too bad. That's room number 2 there. There's our water world with the corpses. Unlucky. And, of course, that one we know is fixable should we wish to fix it. And there we go with everything we have achieved, and the game is at a close. I would like to thank everyone that's watched this season and series and had any help or comments along the way. Any ideas or queries about moving forward, please do let me know. Of course, there will be a season coming shortly. Likely will be the new Frozen downloading content. In the meantime, though, don't forget to subscribe to view my other games. Hopefully you like them too. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Take care. Goodbye.